I've been a priest for 39 and a half years. When I came here in 2004, we did some renovation. There was only 2 statues in the church, one of St. Joseph, one of the Blessed Mother. But when you come now into the church, it looks like a Catholic church. We have 34 statues in the church and many pictures and stations of the cross. Statues, again, are reminders of people who live their life. But the beautiful thing is that we have statues here that put you in a place that you know you're in a church, but also it's history. A statue is a history. The history of every statue, the history of St. Jerome, the history of St. Joseph, the history of Padre Pio, they continue on in our life. And the children can learn this. And it reminds us that they struggled in life. We all struggle. Nothing is new. We don't invent the wheel of life. The wheel of life is the same, whether in the past, the present, or the future. We all struggle. We all struggle with sin. We all struggle with trying to be better and trying to get closer to God. And the saints showed us the way and how they give us that life. And they come alive when you're in a church. And they come alive when you go up to them. They come alive when you're doing the Vina. And these are beautiful gifts. Statues itself are meditative only. They're not to be adored. They're not to be looked at as models of just cement or wood, but they're models of a depiction of the saint itself or the recognition of what heaven might be like. So the purpose of a statue is the intercession of that saint. The newest addition in our parish is with the 5 popes. Now, 5 popes are very special. Then an idea about 2 years ago. I would like to have the popes of our time. Pope John the 23rd was the Pope of the Vatican II. Opened it up, but then he passed away. Pope Paul VI came along, and he had an open air, the open view of Vatican II. Pope John Paul I came along, and he only lasted 33 days. But he did a lot of work and a lot of writings. Pope John Paul II, everybody knows Pope John Paul II. Then Pope Benedict is there too. So we have 5 popes, and these are popes of our time. Pope Francis now continues on as a wonderful pope, and will be able to carry on in a new part of our church and what needs to be done. But the popes are always there as a resemblance of our time, and that's what I wanted to do. The other statues, when we look at the statue of St. Teresa Lisieux, we look at St. Rita, we look at St. George. We also have St. John Newman, the 4th Bishop of Philadelphia. We also have our statue of St. Michael the Archangel, standing on top of the globe. We have St. Peter, who has a net, and in the net there are little fish, and he also has 2 keys, the keys of the heaven, the keys of the earth. We have 2 statues of St. Jude, one in the church, one in the hall. We also have the beautiful statues of St. Joachim and St. Anne, the mother and father of the Blessed Mother. We also have a beautiful picture of St. Francis, and he has the sun, the moon, the stars, and the children and the animals. We have a statue of St. Rocco. And St. Rocco is known for the pandemic and also for diseases. And I received him to the church back right before COVID. The saints come alive and help us along. And that's what I tried to make the church say. When you come into the church, there's something special in this church. Through St. George Catholic Church, through our diocese, may everyone grow a little closer to the Lord.